George Orwell's Animal Farm is an allegorical novella that uses the story of farm animals revolting against their human masters as a metaphor for the events leading up to the Russian Revolution of 1917 and the early years of the Soviet Union. The novel serves as a critique of totalitarianism, particularly the Stalinist era in Soviet history. The key characters in Animal Farm represent real-life figures and factions from the Soviet Union.
Old Major, the wise and respected Boer, represents both Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin, the ideological founders of communism and the leaders of the Bolshevik Revolution, respectively. Napoleon, the cunning and power-hungry pig, symbolizes Joseph Stalin, who rose to power through manipulation and ruthlessness, eventually becoming the Soviet Union's dictator.
Snowball, the idealistic and intelligent pig, represents Leon Trotsky, a key figure in the early days of the Soviet Union who was later expelled and vilified by Stalin. Squealer, the persuasive and manipulative pig, represents the propaganda machine of the Soviet state, which was used to control public opinion and maintain power.
Mr. Jones, the owner of Manor Farm, represents the Russian Tsar Nicholas II, who was overthrown during the Russian Revolution. Mr. Jones is portrayed as an incompetent and negligent ruler, much like how Tsar Nicholas II was viewed by many in Russia. The mistreatment of the animals under his rule symbolizes the suffering and oppression experienced by the Russian people before the revolution.
Boxer, the loyal and hardworking horse, represents the working class or proletariat in the Soviet Union. Boxer's strong work ethic, dedication to the cause, and unwavering loyalty to the leadership make him a symbol of the exploited workers who carried out the revolution and built the Soviet state. His tragic fate in the story underscores the betrayal and disillusionment experienced by the working class under the increasingly oppressive rule of the Soviet regime.
The dogs, who initially serve as Napoleon's personal guard and later become his enforcers, represent the secret police and internal security forces in the Soviet Union, such as the KGB. These forces were used by Stalin to suppress dissent, maintain control, and carry out purges of perceived enemies. The dogs' blind loyalty to Napoleon and their role in enforcing his rule illustrate the brutal methods employed by totalitarian regimes to maintain power.
The sheep symbolize the uneducated, easily manipulated masses who are often swayed by propaganda and controlled by those in power. They play a passive role in the story, mindlessly repeating slogans such as, "For legs good, 2 legs bad," and later, "For legs good, 2 legs better." Their unquestioning obedience and lack of critical thinking help the ruling pigs maintain control over the farm. The sheep can be seen as representing the general population that is susceptible to the manipulation of the Soviet state and its propaganda machine.
The story of Animal Farm traces the corruption of the initial principles of the revolution, illustrating how power can corrupt even those who initially sought to create a just and equal society. Through this allegory, Orwell critiques the events and ideologies of the Soviet Union and warns against the dangers of totalitarianism. Thank you for watching the video provided by History and Current Events.